Hey everybody, it's a Jeep Life podcast, and it's a different kind of show tonight. I am going to do a little bit of solo work. We had guests scheduled, and for whatever reason that didn't work out. So hopefully you're able to hear me. I don't know if anybody's... What's up, Mike? Yeah, different kind of show tonight. It's going to be a much shorter, but, a chance to maybe have a little conversation. Mike, give me a signal if you can hear me okay. I'm not in the studio, so it's a little bit different, and I have no way of monitoring. What's up, Mark? Ronald? So welcome to the Jeep Life podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life and everything about it. Tonight is going to be just a little bit different. Our main guest, things didn't happen where we weren't able to line up our schedules the right way, and the other guys needed to do a few things, and so it just didn't work out. So I'm here in the remote studio, or in my desk, and we're going to just shoot the shit for a little bit, have a little good time, say hey to everybody on the Happy Mother's Day. I'd like to celebrate moms out there and all the good work that you do to make all of our lives a little bit better. And so it's good to see everybody. I know we've got some our regulars on here. I've got Mike, Mark, what's happening? Ron, dude, you and I need to head out at some point soon. Jason, is exactly it's just me tonight, and I'll do the best that I can to entertain for just a few minutes. I appreciate the feedback on whether you could hear me or not. I'm not in the studio, so I don't have all the apparatus that we normally do. What's Randy? What's happening? That would be such a good idea, but literally plans changed at the very last minute. Maybe we should have had wives on, or at least one wife on or something, to make things happen. That would be kind of creative, but I'm not creative, I guess. Ron, I know you guys are going up and guide the group. When we get to the events schedule, we'll announce all that. I shouldn't be paused, Mike. I think other people are hearing me just fine, and I haven't done anything differently. So hopefully that's just one, because I'm going to have to pull the audio from that if I can. Anyway, we're here. This week has been just a whirlwind of week, and it's been kind of crazy. Hey, Sammy. And I've wanted to do some stuff on my Jeep. I haven't gotten a chance to. I've got a laundry list of things to do that I just need time. I need time and energy, and I think, once you see the schedule, or if you could look over my shoulder and see my personal schedule, you would know how crazy it is. It's really nuts. But I think I need to get my camera hooked up. It's all mounted and everything. I just need to wire it to my Alpine deck so that I can have a rear view camera, and eventually I want to put a front facing camera and maybe a side camera as well, just to run through the head so that when I'm off-roading I can see stuff directly in front of me. Then regearing that needs to happen, replace front axle seals. Those are kind of important. At some point I need new tires, and we just did our final four on the tires and a national championship on that bracket, and came out with BFGs. I'm running BFG KM3s on there right now. They're terrific. But I think I'm going to go with the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs. I just drive too much on the highway to and from work, so I think I want that little quieter ride. And I know for a fact that our friend Maddie, friend of the pod Maddie, has those exact tires, and he's been able to do everything at AOA that I've been doing. So I think I'll run with those and try those out. If I don't like them, then my next set will be the KM3s again, or whatever new hotness BFG happens to run in the future. What's up, Dave? I haven't seen you in a while, in a hot minute. I saw a Jeep just like yours, blue, with silver rims behind me in line at Chick-fil-A this past week. So I waved just in case it was you. I don't know if it was or not. But it's crazy right now with my Jeep life. It's getting ready to get crazier, and let's talk about some upcoming episodes that we have. I know tonight we were wanting to have the Ladies Off-Road Network, which would have been a great evening for that, with it being Mother's Day, but wires all got crossed, and lives happened, so it was nuts. So we're gonna postpone that for a little bit. Hey Chris. Tires are so important, and I think it's a huge investment, and I think it's important that you kind of look at it and go in with that open mind and look and see what your needs are, see how they meet. Mark, I've heard good things about the Milestars. I personally haven't ran them, so I can't comment about that. But it was, I think I'm 100% about our top two choices between the Mickey Thompsons and the BFGs. I'm 100% in on both of those based on our research. But I get it. There are other brands out there, and budgets have needs as well, so that's pretty important. Pete, hot boy, definitely backup camera is needed when you have a car seat in the middle and bigger tires in the back rear window. That's kind of a big deal. So you want to run that. I literally ordered a Quadratec backup camera, and I'm excited to see how that works with the Alpine deck, or I'll just order an Alpine backup camera to go with it. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, hey Christina, haven't talked to you in a while. Good to see you on here. Upcoming episodes. We weren't able to run the Ladies Off-Road Network. We will reschedule that. I think it's a big deal that and important to us that we get as many female voices as we can on the podcast. I know when we're just talking, it's just the three of us dudes for the most part, and sometimes industry professionals join us, and they typically are men as well. But I want to get the female voice in there because I think have so much to offer, and there's enough female people out there that they need to be able to relate to someone that they see / hear on the podcast. So I think it's important. So we were going to still try to get Christine or Charlene Boyer from the Ladies Off-Road Network on soon, and I think that'll be an exciting time because she does so much in the activity. So I want everybody to meet her and get to talk to her as we can. May 15th, next Sunday, we are having Steve Sasaki and Tyler from Power Tank. I'm excited about that. I am going to review the Ventoso inflator that they sent me, and I got a chance to use it last weekend at AOAA, and so I'm going to review that, and I'll have it in studio so everybody can see it. And their products are. You guys know I love Power Tank, and I've been trying to get these guys in the studio. Well, as close to in the studio as we possibly can. They live in Northern California, and we're going to do it by via video. So, but yeah, that's exciting. May 22nd, man, that whole weekend is going to be busy for us, but we are going to be live from the Pipes World headquarters, because they're local. They're local to PA, and so we're going to go there and enjoy ourselves with them. I think Don's going to get a new exhaust installed on his Jeep, and it'll be a brand new exhaust, I think, that they're going to be announcing to the world. So I'm excited about that. That is May 22nd. It's going to be about our normal time. We'll have to see when. I'm going to be there earlier in the day for another opportunity. I think they're going to feature me. Who wants to feature me? But hey, I appreciate it. They're going to feature me in a video, so I'm going to be there a little bit earlier. So I'm going to be busy. That morning also is Jeeps and Java. So if you're in Pennsylvania for any reason, Quadratech is hosting Jeep and Java, and it's on their Facebook page and their social medias. Starts in the morning and then goes a little bit later, and it's going to be huge. This one's going to be great. I may be the MC for that, which will be exciting. I know Billy will be running around with getting some live video content. I'm going to be emceeing the event. We'll see if we can squeak out a small show out of that. Mark, yeah, the catback setup, or the high clearance setup, is really an awesome setup. I have the Pro Street or Street Pro version on mine, and I love the way it sounds. It's just awesome. It makes it really sound like a beast, and I really, really like that. So I recommend that tremendously. So get that. They also have, two pipe resonator in the back that doesn't require a lot of rework. Those sound good too, but I personally like the full system that they offer. So I really like it. It has a nice sound to it, and it's a little rowdy if you don't have the Armor Light system, because the actual muffler sits right under the driver's seat. But having the Armor Light system definitely muffles out any exterior sound, and you hear the sound out of the back as well. So it sounds good. It's fun. I think that's it for shows right now. We've got some stuff coming up in the events that we'll go over, and that's really going to be the majority of tonight's episode, unless someone has a killer question in there, and I'll try to see if we can answer that question, or if nothing more, just at least take it down and use it for the future. Yeah, I can see those exhausts do sound really, really good. All right, let's talk about events. And these are events coming up, and I've got a couple that people have sent me that they wanted to include, and any club that, or any really Jeep event that you want to feature, definitely info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and I'll be happy to put it on our calendar of events. But right now, starting, our earliest event is 5/14. That's next weekend. Evolution Jeep Alliance is doing Recovery for a Cause, and they're doing that for Project Sanctuary, which is a great charity. They do a lot of work with vets that have come back and trying to get back into society and helping them out. Our very own Ron Hawk is going to be one of the one of our guides. And what's up, Jared? And helping them out. They've done a great job of coming and helping our club out. So I love that, Ron, you were going out and helping out. And Ron's such a great guide. He knows that park inside and out. We've been all over the park together. So if you get a chance, go. I know they still have tickets available. A very limited amount of tickets available, but Evolution Jeep Alliance, just Google that and it'll look for the Recovery for a Cause and get your ticket there. Great event, great charity. 5/21 is Go Topless Day, and that is spearheaded nationwide by Barricade and Go Topless Day. Our local Jeep chapter is Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania is doing a ride up to a winery and brewery up in Stroudsburg, and it's the same place we held it last year. So the Jeep Life podcast is going to be there live. We'll do a live from there, just hanging out. They're brewing a special brew for the occasion, and we had the chance to try it out this past weekend, and it is excellent. So I would encourage everybody to sign up for that. Approximately about 150 Jeeps will be there, so I would encourage everybody to look into that. We are also doing donating to charities, and that will be Meals on Wheels. We did the same thing last year. We did our pre-sale this past week for t-shirts and raised a ton of money, thanks to everybody out there to start with, and then we'll make up even more as we go along. So I'm really excited about that event. It's always a fun event. I know last year we had such a good time just being outside. We have 2 food trucks that are coming, and it'll be great. I love it. Here's a brand new event that someone reached out to us to say, hey, could you let everybody know? And that is on Sunday, May 22nd, Blueprint Brewing Company in Harleysville, Pennsylvania is doing a Jeep show. And it is from 12 to 4 p.m. Check it out. I will have all of these in links in the show notes as I put them out soon. So basically 2 weeks from now, Blueprint Brewing Company. I haven't been there. They're local. Looks like a great show, but I can't speak for the brewery yet. I'm looking forward to trying that in the near future for that. So 5/22, 6. So June 10th through the 12th, Bantam Jeep Festival, where it all began. Bantam Jeep Festival in Bantam, PA. It's where the Jeep basically got its start. If you go back into the history of Jeeps, it's a great place. One of the smaller auto manufacturers there held that. That is a weekend-long event. We'll be there. I'll do a live or two from there, so if you're there, come find me. I'll have Jeep Life Podcast stickers to give out, and that'll be exciting. That following week into the next weekend, there's so much going on at AOAA. There's a off-road playground group, and Holly Fowler and the Northwest Jeep Northwest podcast, Jeep podcast, is going to be there. We're going to be doing a joint show with them. So it's going to be exciting. That'll be a good time for everybody to be around. I'm going to be in and out that week. Between work and everything else going on, so I'm not going to be there the entire time. But that is 16th through the 20th of June. I think there's actually something going on a couple days ahead of that, so check the website. We'll put it out. July 15th through the 17th, Wildwood, New Jersey Jeep Invasion, and that's with Blinker Fluid Productions. We always get down with that. That's an amazing time. 2,000 Jeeps on the beach. Nothing can be better than that. I love it. That's one of my favorites. We'll be doing a live show from there. We'll be meeting people and moving around. So it'll be a lot of fun. And let's see, Carlisle is the PA Jeeps All Breed, July 23rd, 24th. I will be there. I don't know that the whole podcast team will be there, but I'll be there doing a little bit of everything in Carlisle. It's always a good time. I know that I'll probably be spending time with, at Bantam Jeep Festival, I'm going to be spending time with the AMSOIL folks. I think I'm going to do a live show from their booth, and we'll see if one of the Jeeps will be parked there or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, 23rd, 24th, Carlisle, PA. It's the PA Jeeps All Breed show. That's a huge show. Obstacle course, lots of fun. All the old Jeeps come out for that one as well, so it's a lot of fun. August 25th through 27th, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. I will be there for sure, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to take a day and head out to Windrock and maybe see a few trails there, so that'll be a good time to have off-roading as well. And that is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The same weekend, it's a little bit longer, is Ocean City, Maryland. It's OC Jeep Week. I will not be there. I don't think our the podcast will be there, but it's still a good time. So if you happen to be down in the Ocean City area, check that out. And that's it for our event schedule. If you or anybody else has any events that you want to add to our event schedule, please send them in to info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and we'll get them on our event calendar as events drop off. New ones need to be added, but we have a good time at all these events. I've yet to be at a Jeep event that wasn't a good time, because you get to hang out with like-minded Jeep folks and get to see their rigs, what they're doing. There's the man, Bill. As I was telling everybody else, things fell through, so I decided, just do a short little blurb, get on, say hi to everybody, and if there's any questions out there, we'll answer those, or I just want to go through the upcoming episodes and all of our event schedule. I am excited that I'm going to, right now I'm going to feature the audio from it was a partnership with Tread Lightly and Quadratech out in Cane Creek in Moab. It was a joint project that was set up to protect and put up fencing to protect archaeological petroglyphs. So it's basically where history and modern day meets each other, because it's right on the trail for Cane Creek. And in order to have these petroglyphs preserved, where ancient men and women and families would stay and cook and survive out of the elements, we wanted to preserve that. And I was there and was able to cover it. And so I have an interview with Evan from Tread Lightly, who's been on a show, friend of the pod, and Rob from Quadratech as well, to talk about the project that was going on. And so let's see what's happening with that. Yeah, Dave, I'm on my own. Bill's on here somewhere in the notes. Things, our guests didn't necessarily line up, and life just kind of took over other things, so I decided to do a little quick show, and then I'll edit this in and put in audio from that video that's on our YouTube site, and do it. But yeah, on my own. I hope it doesn't sound too bad. I'm not in the studio, but I do have a decent mic set up. Yeah, you're right, Bill. Family always takes the first seat, so it was good. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Dave. So far I've gotten through it all, and if anybody has any questions, we'll open it up. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off of here and kind of enjoy my evening as well, and then I'll edit the show a little bit more tomorrow. Excellent. And it's been great seeing all the people come out and listen. I wish we had a good topic for you, but I just don't, because we had right up until late afternoon, all of our eggs were in one basket, and then that basket got kind of turned over, and such is life. So you do best you can, and I'm improvising this completely off the top of my head and seeing how it works. But you get to kind of see me at my computer desk and enjoy and know that I wish that we were in the studio coming at you through that. But, life happens. I haven't seen any real questions in the talking bits, the chat box, if you will. So I give it a couple minutes if anybody has something for me to ramble on with, or any questions. I mean, it's always good to see all the people on here and friends of the podcast that come out and support and watch us live on Sunday nights. That's amazing. I love it. All right. How was your ride out in Moab? Are you talking about the drive out back and forth? To be honest with you, it was a whirlwind of like 38 hours. Oh yeah, we kind of talked about the stock JL already, but the latest video from Quadratech that Rob did, and I encourage you to go check it out because it's awesome. They do all the concept vehicles. They get a chance to ride in them and check them out, and then tell you, the listener, about the concepts. But in it, at the 16-minute and 50-second mark, we talk about the giveaway Jeep, which Billy's alluding to, that stock JL. It was a Sarge Green stock JL, and it literally was bone stock, the smallest wheels and tires that you could imagine. And I was able to take that on all kinds of trails. I got actually 5 Badge of Honors trails while I was out there, and I can't wait to go back and do more. And maybe we'll do a show on Badge of Honor trails, because I think that's something that everybody would like to kind of know more about and talk about. But I was able to go to the top of the world with this thing and do some climbs that I didn't think was going to be possible. When we talked about let's take this thing out and put it through its paces, I was like, I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. And ended up that stock JL is quite capable. The only thing to me that it was lacking in a lot of ways was clearance. And I mean clearance by approach angle and departure angles, front and back, as you lose that height with that stock tires. They were street tires, and then having no lift on it whatsoever. The approach angle and departure angle, there would be times where I would have to approach it a little bit differently at an angle to come on. I did scrape up the bottom of the front bumper in a couple locations, and going into ravines and coming out of them that were real steep. So it definitely got the front bumper and got the tow hook in the back scratched a bit doing that. And then there was the breakover angle, and that's what can the Jeep do at this point? And with it being so slow, so low, it was a challenge. But if you approach it the right way and get a tire on the rock the right way and kind of go on an angle and then turn it up, was able to do it without really scratching it up too bad underneath there, and didn't do any damage. At work, it was on the lift 2 days ago, and I was under it, and I was like, okay, I didn't do any damage to it. There were scratches, obviously, on the skid plates, but um, yeah, it didn't do any damage, and was able to take it to the top of the world, and places that, lifted Toyotas were really struggling with and had to pull cable. I was able to walk right up with it. It wasn't walking right up. It was a lot of driving around. And then took it on Stillbender. That's actually where the giveaway video was shot, and that was a beautiful location by this creek in this canyon, and it was just absolutely gorgeous out there. Everything about Moab was stunning. Every time I would drive around a corner, it was another world. So I encourage people to get out there if you can. Take your Jeep and enjoy yourself. Don't do it in a stock JL unless it's what you want to do. Put the top down and go. That's what I did with Top of the World. Just put the top down and enjoy myself. Yeah, Dave, Jeeps and Java is back. That's exciting. That'll be May 22nd in the morning. And you asked what was Quad's motivation to bring it back. I can't speak for Quad in that manner because I wasn't a part of all that. But I can tell you, the people at Quadratech love Jeep and Java as much as the rest of us do, because they're Jeep people too, and they just want to hang out and see Jeeps parked everywhere at work. So that would be my guess with that. It's not really, I don't know that there's going to be any selling that's going on at that. So, the retail motivation, I don't know that that's something that's that. But it's also another goodwill toward our Jeep community. Just hanging out with our Jeep community, it's a big deal. And so I guess that's the motivation. I can't really speak to anything more than that, other than the fact that I'm excited to go to it and see it from a completely different perspective, not see it as a Jeep owner and someone that's there, but to see it as a Jeep owner and an employee. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Dude, Jason, I would love to see you win that guy. But by the time someone does win that thing, it will be so different of a vehicle that you won't see how banged up I got it. Because almost everything that has been scratched or banged up, as you say, will be replaced with upgraded stuff anyway. And that was one of the kind of behind the scenes looks. Let's see what a stock JL can do, and then let's get under it and pay attention and see what needs to be adjusted. And in that case, we already knew that the best top that's on that is going to be on it because Best Top is one of the suppliers for it. It'll be on the Jeep when the winner wins it. But everything else, I think there's a new stereo involved. There's bumpers. I've already seen the Mopar lift for it. There's already a stack of stuff at work ready to go on that Jeep. I'm going to try to leave some of the Moab dust in it. And the plan right now is to take that Jeep back out to Moab before we give it away and show what a built-up Jeep can do with the componentry that we're going to add to it. So that'll be a lot of fun to kind of see a different before and after, if you will. Oh, and I'm definitely going to leave some wheeling spirit in it. It lends itself to a whole series of jokes. So we'll leave it right there. Ooh, all right. Everybody, it's been a full day for me, full weekend. I'm going to leave it there. If you have any questions, anything at all, feel free in any way to reach out to us. info@jeeplifepodcasts.com is always a great email address to use. our Linktree address is linktree/Jeep Life Podcast, and that will take you to all the places you can find us. And I'm going to encourage everybody right now to go to our swag store and buy yourself a t-shirt. I just sent Jeremy Rowe, who's a friend of the podcast and a great musician. I just sent him a t-shirt from there, and he's allowed us to use his music a couple of times, which is great, and he was great to have on air as well. So it's a good partnership to have. But go right now, get your swag. Helps us out a little bit. Or if you want to be a Patreon member and subscribe to our podcast, go to that link tree and hook it up and help us out. Now, for Billy, Dawn, and myself, here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Have a good night. Hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me and in this really weird solo show. I appreciate it. I look forward. Yeah, we definitely got big things coming. And we've got a good, busy summer ahead of us. I'm excited about that. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot.